falling behind on your credit card payments, buy now, pay later plans, or student loan debt can feel overwhelming, especially if you're juggling family, work, and the general rise of costs. But here is the good news. You have more options than you think, and taking action early on can save you money, save you from stress, and reduce the damage to your credit score. Thank you for joining me today here at Sisters for Financial Independence. My name is Catherine Agupjan, and I cover money lessons to help you get better with money so that you have more to live, give, and pass on to the next generation. For many of us, the new year is a great time to review your finances. And one thing we may realize is that we are behind on some of our debt repayments. If you are in this boat, know that you have options. So whether you're dealing with high interest credit card, multiple BNPL installment plans, or a student loan bill that you're struggling to keep up with, this guide will walk you through the smartest steps you can take. Along the way, I will also share with you some longer videos, step-by-step videos for you to check out so you can start making progress. My biggest advice is to not put your head in the sand and let the debt get worse than it is. Face it and figure out a plan. And to be honest, it's not going to be easy. It will require sacrifice, getting out of your comfort zone, and maybe getting that second job. But finally, freeing yourself from debt will prove to be a life changer for you and your family. I know that when money is tight, it's tempting to avoid opening mail, avoid opening your emails, or even logging into your account. But missed payments on credit cards, BNPL plans, and student loans will cost you more in the long run if you don't take care of it. Unfortunately, late payments will incur late fees. It will lead to higher interest rates. It will negatively impact your credit score. It will lead to account collections, and it will also lead to more problems in the future. So you need to act today to keep the problem small and protect your financial future. Remember that you do have options. Now, here are your options for credit card debt. The one thing that you will need to know and understand is that credit card debt becomes expensive fast because of the high interest rates. Now, even though the Federal Reserve did just lower the interest rate, the credit card rates are still fairly high. And the first thing that you will need to do is understand how credit card interest works. That way, you know exactly why your balance keeps growing and how you can address that. If you have missed a payment for your credit card, call up your credit card company and ask to see if they can at least waive the missed payment fee. That way you're not adding on to your debt, and pay at least the minimum payment on your credit card. If you are unable to meet the minimum payment requirement for your credit card, ask your credit card company about their Hardship program. Most credit card companies offer Hardship plans that temporarily reduce your interest rate or minimum payments. These plans do not typically hurt your credit score, and it can help you get on track with payments. The next thing that you can do is to ask for a lower APR. Reducing your interest rates can significantly help you pay down your debt faster and make sure you meet all of your payments. Asking for a lower APR requires a simple and quick phone call to your credit card company. And you can basically just tell them that you have been a loyal customer, but you are experiencing some hardship, and what is the option for lowering your APR right now. You can also use ChatGPT or Gemini to get you a script so that you know exactly what to say and you can get that lower APR to save yourself money. The next thing that you can consider is to do a debt consolidation. Now, a 0% balance transfer credit card can be a good option to reduce interest rates, so most of your payment goes to principal. And of course, look at all of your debt. Have a plan so that you are prioritizing credit card with its high interest rate for payoff. I have a whole playlist to help you get out of credit card debt. In that playlist, you will see a bunch of videos to help you understand how credit card interest works, the best time to pay your credit card, what a balance transfer is, how to do it properly, and so many other tips to lower the balance on your credit card. I'm going to link it in the description as well as here so you can check it out right away. If you are behind on some of your BNPL installment plans, make sure you contact your BNPL provider immediately. Ask to see if they have the ability to move your due date, maybe a payment extension or a fee waiver so that you don't get charged those high interest rates for missing an installment plan. Next is to get diligent about tracking every active BNPL plan that you have. BNPL debt stacking is real, which is how a lot of people get into trouble with BNPL plans. Write down each plan, the amount, the due date, your final payment so that nothing slips through the cracks. I have some templates here at Sisters for Fi that you can use that I will link in the description so that you can get active and start tracking all of your plans and not miss a payment. And lastly, make sure you check your auto pay enrollment. If you are putting your installment payments on a checking account and that's overdrafting, you are going to be dinged with fees on fees. If you need to turn off auto pay and manually pay it when you have the money. Just make sure you put it on your calendar, you're tracking it properly so that each installment payment is paid at the right time so you don't incur any additional fees. To help you streamline your use of BNPL plans, I've got more tips for you here. Next up is your options for student loan debt. The good news is that student loan options are the most flexible. There's so many options that you can take, but you do need to look to see if you have federal or private student loans. You do have more options with federal student loans and less so with private student loans, so you need to see how that maps out for your debt payoff plan. But if you have student loan debt and you're unable to pay the minimum payment, see if you can apply for an income-driven repayment plan. That might be something that will help your budget on a monthly basis. You can also do a temporary request for a forbearance or deferment. It isn't a long-term solution, but it can help you when there is a drop in income. And of course, the best thing you can do is to look into refinancing your student loans, especially if you have double-digit interest rates on your private student loans and even on your federal student loans. You want to see if you can do that to help you lower the interest rates and get it paid down faster. If your credit is strong and you have a stable income, refinancing can significantly reduce your interest rate and save you money in the long run. So it's worth looking into. And because the Federal Reserve just lowered interest rates, you might be able to get a nice lower rate in the new year. So start the work to research this process and start applying to see what those rates are. You never know what you're going to get, and if you continue to work on your credit, improve your score, you could be looking at a better rate and more savings in your pocket. I will link another playlist here to help you understand your options for student loan debt, and in those there will be videos to help you understand what your options are for refinancing. I walk through a step-by-step guide so you understand what you need, how that process goes. There's also a video there if you've already defaulted on your student loans, meaning you've missed a few payments already and your loans are in default status. There's a video there that walks you through what you need to do so that you can get your student loans in the green and start that payoff process. The big question that comes up is that which debt do you address first? Do you tackle credit cards first, student loans, or BNPL plans? The answer is going to be different for most people. But in most cases, you want to tackle the debt that is costing you more money. And for a lot of people, that is going to be your credit card debt, because the rates on those are likely in the double digit. So you want to have a payoff plan for your credit card debt. But while you are putting any extras to your credit card debt, you want to make sure you are paying the minimums across all of your other debt. So you're auto paying your student loans, even if it's just the minimum payment. You're auto paying other credit cards, and you're auto paying all of your BNPL installment plans. Now, there are tools out there that you can use to prioritize how you want to pay off your credit card debt. I walked through one in this video, and it's a free tool. You can download it, input all of your debts, and see how you're going to tackle your debt. You will need a plan in place, and you will need to see how achievable it is to get all of your debt payoff. That will allow you to stay motivated when it comes to paying off debt. So in the case of multiple types of debt, just look to see what those interest rates are, and look to see if you can save money by paying down the debt that has the highest interest rate. We all need to face the reality that a lot has happened this year. And it's possible that a few things might have fallen through the cracks, like some of your debt repayments. Don't get too hung up on those mistakes, but start creating a proactive debt payoff plan for yourself and your family. You will thank yourself a year from now when you've made progress on your debt. Now, the right payoff plan will give you more breathing room, reduce financial stress, and helps you move toward long-term goals like saving, investing, and building generational wealth. So make sure you check out those playlists for paying off credit card, paying off student loans, and paying off BNPL plans, all linked in the description, so you can start your payoff journey. You've got this.